welcome back to my channel. In today's episode of Fall in August, I'm going to show you how I made these 3 real cute fall pieces. So if you're ready, let's get to crafting. So in this first DIY, I am taking 2 of these cooking food splatters pans, and I'm going to wire them together using floral wire. What I did was I just threaded it to connect them, and I just made sure I twisted it enough for them to hold. And just you need maybe 3 or 4 on there just to hold it in place. So next thing I did was grab a kitchen towel that I had purchased again from Dollar Tree, and this was real cute. It had the sunflowers on it, and then a bicycle with the saying, a real cute saying. And I decided to use this instead of going with the traditional. I wanted to play around with this towel, and I just started it in the center, and I just formed it to the pumpkin, as you can see, and it says "You are my sunshine," and I just wrapped it around and glued it with in place. And this I ended up using 3 of them. As you can see, for the first one I used the front side, and then the 2 side pieces I ended up using the back side, so it just had the flowers on there instead. So as you can see, I'm just gluing the towels down in the back just so they can stay in place, and this is how the final piece turned out. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up getting one of my bows that I've made, and you can use any bow that you want, but I'll leave a link down on how I make this bow as well if you want to learn how to make a bow. And I just am threading it again with the pipe cleaner onto the top portion of the pumpkin, and just fluffing it out. And I added a little sunflower also, and this is the final look. Hope you guys like this one. So I got this, I went ahead and I purchased this real cute iron frame piece that I had purchased at Goodwill for $4, and it was real heavy, and I was playing around with the idea of making a tray with it, but I thought I could use this also as a wreath for my door. And so as you can see, this one's real simple, fast. You get some flowers that you want, and I just basically put them on each side of each other to make like a long stem for both sides, and I ended up cornering those. And so what I'm doing is using some floral wire again, and I'm just threading it onto that iron piece and just shaping it in. So now what I'm going to do is be making a bellow bow, and what I'm taking is 3 Dollar Tree bows with the wire, and I'm wrapping those around a ruler, 12-inch ruler, 3 times to get split those into 3. And what I did was I dovetail them, each of the ends, and I'm going to measure from the loop on the ruler 6 inches after that, and then I'm going to pinch them all together, alternating between each ribbon. And after that I'm going to wire them together, and you can see as I proceed on with the bow. So after I fluffed it out, the bow out, I'm going to now wire it at the corner of my wreath. And I'm just playing around with it, seeing how I want the tail ends of the bow to lay, and just keep on fluffing it. I thought I had tightened it down, but I didn't, so. And the next thing I did was I grabbed 3 of the Dollar Tree foam pumpkins, and I ended up putting a cut stem through the bottom of them, and I just added it to my wreath to get just a little bit more of that pumpkin feel, and a little bit of contrast to the bow and the floral. So next I'm taking 6 of these Dollar Tree frames that I had purchased, and I loved them the way they looked because they have a copper look on the front end, and I thought that would be great for a fall lantern. And so what I'm doing here is I'm putting some E6000 inside where the glass goes, and I'm also hot glue so it holds it in place, and I'm going to glue the glass to each frame. And I decided to go ahead and make a triangular lantern instead of doing a square one. With those 8x10s, I think it looks a lot more prettier with a 3 instead of the 4. It just looks big and bulky with a 4 to me, but you can use 4 if you like. And so what I'm doing here is now, as I'm making the triangular form, and I'm just gluing those in place again with E6000 and hot glue gun. So now I am making the second tier to the lantern, and I'm just repeating the same steps I did for those first 3, and then I'll end up putting them together. And I did use the back of that baseboard that was on the frame, and I did cut it into a triangular shape to fit both the bottom and the top I didn't know if I was going to put it on the top, but I definitely put it on the bottom just as a little stable foundation for your decorations. And I actually layered it twice with that, and you can see I'm measuring right there. And I put 2 layers of it just to give it a little bit more a heaviness to it, so in case I did put something heavy in there, it would hold it. So now I'm going to take both of those lantern pieces that I made out of the frames, and I'm going to actually wrap some nautical rope from Dollar Tree around the corners of the triangle, just so it could cover up any kind of glue or any kind of mistakes that I have. And once I do that, I'll layer them on top of each other, glue them down with E6000 and hot glue, and you'll be able to see how it looks here in a moment. Now next you'll see where I added the fall decorations into the lantern. So I started off with these foam sparkly bling pumpkins and added those to the bottom. And I got the 3 different colors, and I think I got these ones actually from Dollar General, or no, Family Dollar, and they were actually $1 as well. And now I'm adding some ivory mums, and also some fall leaves, and then I'm actually adding a stem, one of the fall corn stems that they have. And so you'll see here at the end how it looks. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Fallen Artists. If you have not already, subscribe to my channel, please do. like and comment, and hit that notification bell for more videos. God bless you all, and goodbye for now.